They were paid to sleep for 7 nights. There was only one rule. If they started dreaming, the researchers couldn't wake them. Ethan volunteered first. The first night was completely normal. His brain entered normal sleep. Then he started dreaming. At first, he dreamed about a supermarket. Everything looked normal, until he noticed the clock. It changed every second. Then someone appeared. She looked at him and smiled. Ethan asked who she was. She answered, "You've been here before." Ethan didn't understand. Then the store changed. Behind him was his bedroom, and in the bed was Ethan. He was watching himself sleep. In the real laboratory, something changed. His brain activity spiked. The researchers tried to wake him. He wouldn't wake up, but Ethan could hear them. He heard the researchers talking. Then someone opened a door. It was the woman from the supermarket. She whispered, "Don't wake up." Ethan became afraid. Then the lights changed. Hours passed in seconds. Morning arrived, but Ethan was still asleep. Then he smiled. The researchers didn't know why. Ethan found himself in a hallway. One door said, "Wake up." He opened it, but he was back where he started. He tried to wake himself. Nothing happened. Then the woman appeared again. She said, "You've been trying to leave, all for 7 years." Ethan woke up screaming. The researchers finally got him awake. Ethan asked what day it was. She told him it was Friday. Ethan stared at her. Then he asked, "Who is the woman?" Dr. Mara said, "What woman?" Ethan pointed behind her. There was nobody there. Then he looked at his hand. Someone had written, "Don't sleep again." The researchers had no explanation, until Ethan noticed someone standing outside. It was her, and she was awake. She put a finger to her lips. Then Ethan realized she wasn't outside. She was inside, and someone had just sat beside his bed. Ethan didn't sleep that night, but according to the researchers, he was dreaming. And the experiment never ended, because Ethan wasn't the only person dreaming. There were 6 more subjects, and every one of them dreamed about the same woman. What do you think they were really seeing? Subscribe to Nytherra.